Most people think exams are random, like your professor just picks questions and you either get lucky or you don't. But that's not really what's happening. Your professors aren't picking exam questions at random, even if it feels that way during finals week. They follow patterns, subtle ones, and once you start noticing them, exams stop feeling unpredictable. I didn't realize this at first. I used to study everything equally. Every chapter, every slide, every note. And still, there was always something on the exam that caught me off guard. That feeling of, why this topic? But over time, I started seeing a pattern. Exams aren't random documents. They're designed. Every question reflects how your professor thinks, what they care about, what they expect you to understand. Once you see that, you stop treating exams like a guessing game. You start reading them differently. Now, here's something most students overlook. Your professor isn't just teaching the syllabus. They're also influenced by their own academic background, their research, their interests. You can actually feel it in lectures. There's always that one topic they spend more time on or explain with more depth than necessary. Sometimes they repeat it. Sometimes they connect it to real-world examples. That's not random. That's usually something they personally value. And when that lines up with the core syllabus, it becomes a strong candidate for the exam. Think about this for a second. If you had to create an exam, would you pick topics you barely care about, or the ones you understand deeply? Exactly. So instead of spreading your energy everywhere, you start looking for that overlap, where the syllabus meets the professor's interest. That's where things start getting clearer. Now let's go a bit deeper. Not all topics are equally difficult. Some parts of the course feel heavier. Maybe the lecture slows down. Maybe the explanation gets more detailed. Or maybe everyone in class seems a bit confused. That's what I call a friction point. It's where understanding becomes harder, and those moments matter more than you think. Because exams aren't just testing what you've seen, they're testing where students usually struggle. So what I study, I don't just ask, what's important? I ask, where did this feel difficult? Those are the areas I spend more time on. Not perfectly, just a bit more attention. And honestly, it reduces a lot of stress. Because now you're not trying to master everything equally. You're focusing where it actually counts. Now here's another piece that changed things for me. Past exams. I used to treat them like practice. Solve them once, maybe twice, and move on.
But they're more useful than that. They show patterns. You start noticing how questions are asked, which topics repeat, even the way certain questions are framed. It's subtle, but once you see it, it sticks. Most professors don't completely change their style every semester. They adjust things, sure, but the structure stays similar. So instead of guessing what might come, you're narrowing your focus. You're building a sense of familiarity. Let that sink in. You're not predicting every question. You're increasing the chances of being prepared for the right ones. And that's enough. Now here's the small shift that made the biggest difference for me. I stopped trying to study everything the same way and started prioritizing. Nothing complicated, just 3 simple levels in my head. Some topics clearly stand out. They show up in lectures again and again, connect to what the professor emphasizes, and also appear in past exams. Those become my top priority. Then there are topics that show up occasionally, important but not heavily emphasized. I give them a decent amount of time. And finally, there are topics that barely come up. Quick review and I move on. That's it. No pressure to be perfect, no need to cover everything equally, just a little more intention.
And this is the part that surprised me. Studying didn't feel harder. It actually felt lighter, because I wasn't overwhelmed by everything anymore. I had direction. And when you walk into an exam with that feeling, it changes your mindset. You're still a bit nervous, sure, but you're not guessing. You're recognizing. So if you're feeling stuck right now or unsure where to start, try this. Pay attention to what your professor emphasizes. Notice where things feel difficult, and look at past exams like patterns, not just practice. Keep it simple. You don't need a perfect system, just a clearer way of seeing things. Because exams aren't random. They only feel that way until you start noticing the patterns. And once you do, they become a lot more predictable. Not perfectly, but enough to make things easier. And if this helped even a little, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really supports the channel.